I'm going to be honest from my perspective here as a young 40s entrepreneur. But the 20-year-olds I see now, for the most part, they seem to be looking for the overnight success. One of the things I hate doing is actually going to Google to look for something because it's just websites, marketing, advertising, and a lot of the time it can be bullshit. So what I like to do is actually go to my network first.
There's no substitute for hard work for success. Everybody wants the shortcut and the quick fix and everything, but there is no substitute for hard work. You put the work in and do it.
Time to get fired up. Yeah, I'm getting fired up.
Your thoughts can become plans, plans can become actions, and actions become a reality. We share powerful stories and simple steps to fast track your business and personal growth. Are you ready to make it happen? Let's get fired up. Today, I'm joined here with two passionate entrepreneurs who have founded the largest networking community for future leaders in their 20s. Selling out venues such as SeaWorld Resort on the Gold Coast, their events are completely free to attend. They simply want to try and give back to the future generation. I'd like to introduce everyone to Campbell, Guthrie and Wright. We're going to continue talking to the boys from Fxrge about what their future plans look like and how they can get there and how you can get behind it as well. There's a ton of value in what they are doing in terms of sharing knowledge, sharing insights, and actually building a community of people in the same space as you. We've found this with the Fired Up community for people who are early stage business or going to scale their business. You don't have to do this stuff alone. It's way better and way easier to actually interact and go through a network or a community where you can find support, find contacts, find networks, find referrals. One of the things I hate doing is actually going to Google to look for something, because it's just websites, marketing, advertising, and so a lot of the time it can be bullshit. And once you've been burnt once, now you just presume that everything's bullshit, right? So what I like to do is actually go to my network first. And it could be, tell me who is the best person in fitness advice that you know. It's this guy, he's won 5 world championships, everything. Great, do me an intro, I want to talk to him. And because then you're actually getting proper recommendations through real life experience, because it's so noisy out there in the marketplace, and it's getting worse. As you guys probably know, and as your audience and network will know, you flick going through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, and we're just getting sold stuff. And a lot of the time, the only person who's really succeeding from the courses on how to succeed is the person who builds the courses. And the people who buy the courses are not succeeding. So we need to kind of cut through that noise and cut through that bullshit. Love what you guys are doing, obviously, but I want to try and look forward into the future and get your opinion. Let's just go to 2030. Like, we're almost in 2025. By 2030, where is this thing at? What will you be doing? How large will it be? Talk us through that.
5 years' time will be Australia-wide. We'll have the biggest Australian network in speaker events that Australia's ever seen, especially in their 20s. Maybe we increase it by then, but we'll at least have events everywhere. We'll have a private community everywhere. We'll just be providing value to the entire Australia. Arguably New Zealand as well, maybe some other countries local as well. But really, we want to be Australia-wide. We want to be providing as much value to everyone in Australia.
I mean, and these are physical events, like you need to turn up and talk and stuff. Have you tested the virtual space? Is that something on the horizon?
We haven't tested it, and I think it comes down to the reason why we created it is to connect. And coming out of COVID as well was a big thing as well. 2021, when we started it, everybody was craving to meet people again, to connect again. And us graduating in 2020 as well, we had never had a professional relationship with connecting with people. So people are craving this. We got to provide it to them, and you can get anything virtually. But are you truly going to value something as much if you can jump on a recording or on a live stream? I don't think you would.
So do you see this as a franchise model, or do you see it as a private kind of partnership structure where people kind of are responsible for their state?
We'll have leaders in each territory, in each state, however you want to run it, maybe in each city, and they can sort of potentially hold their own events. That could be branded as the official Fxrge event for their local area. Yeah,
just as like a sub branch, and just overseen by us ourselves to make sure that it is represented, kind of like a franchise, representative of the brand and what we are all about. Make sure nobody's bringing anybody on to sell the next biggest crypto trading course ever. And yeah, just make sure that we're truly in this to give back and provide a service for the community and connect like-minded people.
What would you say is the brutal truth that these kind of young entrepreneurs need to understand if they're really going to have a crack at running their own business?
It's taking action. Stop, sitting on the couch, sitting at home. Go out there and start actioning something. I don't care what it is, because if you do something, you're going to learn something. From there, you can then do something else, and then you'll learn something else. If you do that enough times, you'll eventually have a skill. Especially, it doesn't even need to be from a monetary gain. It could simply be just to learn a particular skill that you like doing, and then maybe you turn that into monetary, or maybe you don't even use that. Maybe you use that skill to go do something completely different, but use the learnings that you've got from this one over here to help you in that one.
And also consistency on that action. I recently met David Goggins, and basically his whole mantra, everybody's saying, how do I stay consistent? You just got to keep going. Everybody talks about this winter arc. It should be a circle. It's 365 days. Why are you just putting a small portion of your life towards something? If you truly, genuinely want to grow something and you want to embody a new life and who you want to be, it should be your entire mantra. It shouldn't just be a 3-month stint, because that's not going to get you the results that you want.
Yeah. Like I think, consistency doesn't come with conditions, and discipline doesn't come with conditions either. It's like raining, hot, cold, tired, whatever. It has to be done.
Yeah.
What's worked for me over the years is taking these big goals for the year, breaking them down to quarterly, breaking them down to monthly, and then turning that into a daily routine. Because a daily routine is now very, very achievable when we go back to those 3 things being time, energy, and money. So if I can spend 30 seconds of my time and a little bit of my energy doing 100 push-ups a day, think about what that number is at the end of the year. And it is going to have a result over time. I'm going to be honest from my perspective here as a young 40s entrepreneur. But the 20-year-olds I see now, for the most part, I'm not going to talk about everyone, but they seem to be looking for the overnight success. I want to be a millionaire in 6 months. I want to be a social influencer next week. So based on that and based on what they're seeing, there seems to be a lot of falseness being portrayed. Someone rocking up in a really nice suit with a nice watch and a nice car, and they're saying that their e-com brand's doing 200K a month. And when you kind of look under the blanket, you go, car's been borrowed, the watch is fake, the suit's put on the credit card, and the e-com's actually doing 20K a month and the costs are 30K. Why do you think people are putting up this facade? And am I wrong about these young entrepreneurs being impatient?
That's just a lack of authenticity. It comes down to where your character is per se.
I don't know why that's happening. I feel like because they want to live that life. They see that in order to get influence, in order to get status, in order to get people to like them, they need to be this type of person. I feel like they're trying to embody that. They're not actually there yet. So I don't know why, but I completely agree that is a large majority of them. But at the end of the day, we can find those people who just want to be authentic, just want to learn, just want to take action.
There's no substitute for hard work to success. There's no substitute. Everybody wants the shortcut and the quick fix and everything, but there is no substitute for hard work. You put the work in and do it. And especially for e-com, the numbers that they always say is always revenue.
Yeah.
The profits in this is next to nothing. So really they're turning over maybe 30K profit, and that's a minimum wage job.
Yeah.
So they may borrow everything they want, and that also comes down to potential financial literacy. They may feel like bro, I've just made $200,000. But in reality, rich dad, poor dad, you need to invest in assets, because if you're putting it into fancy cars and liabilities, you have nothing left over.
Yeah, love it. Have you got someone in the group that you can share like their success story with? So maybe they've been involved with you guys for 2-3 years and they've gone from strength to strength. And then if you do have that story, tell us why. What did they do so other people can go, oh, that's what it takes?
Yeah, I love this story. So our good mate, Kyle Copson from Kaiko Media, he's a huge success story from the Forge. So he came to our 3rd event. So back when we still had no clue what we were doing, hosting out at my parents' house, he came and he was a videographer, professional videographer, rocked up. He walked into the door. One of my other mates said, "Hey, look, I've got a videographer. I'm gonna invite him to the next event. He's gonna come and film for free." I'm like, "Oh, awesome!" I was thinking a tripod, a camera, job's done. Kyle rocks up with 3 huge briefcases, similar to the ones that the camera crew has right now, of just equipment. And I was like, "Okay, who the hell are you? Why are you here at my parents' house with a full recording setup?" Anyway, he did such a phenomenal job that event speaker actually hired Kyle out because Kyle, again, took the action, reached out to him, and he ended up traveling around the entire world on a 6-figure salary, filming and producing content for that event speaker.
Wow.
So he
Huge
made it
success.
through the US, through Europe, everything. It was incredible.
And now he's even more successful. He's got multiple clients paying him. He started his own podcast, on the go podcasting setup. So he's absolutely loving it.
Rock and
Huge
rolling.
success.
So the key thing there is take action, right? And
Absolutely.
put yourself out there, because just that one connection got that job. Now that's going to lead to more jobs. And the
Correct.
more you do a great job, then you're going to get that social proof and that recommendation. We don't recommend people who do shit work, who let you down, who don't turn up, who over cost, who over promise and under deliver. So I think the fundamental thing there is do it, take action, put yourself out there. And one thing that I love, and I think everyone should do more of, ask for help. One of my favorite sayings is, what are the chances?
Yeah.
What are the chances I can get a testimonial? What are the chances you can introduce me to someone else? What are the chances I could work with you on this and I won't charge anything, just want a testimonial if you think I've done a great job?
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it.
And a lot of people have that fear of rejection as well. Like the worst they can say is, no, mate, I'm too busy for that. And you just move on with your life. It's fine. But some people take that rejection to heart as, oh, no, they don't believe in my skills. That, like, sometimes it just doesn't align.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. So get used to no, it's not that bad. You're going to be okay. And then move on to the next one. Because the more you ask, the more chance you've got of getting a yes. Guys, awesome to have you on the podcast and the episode. Do get behind them and follow them. What's the best way to stay in touch with you guys and follow you through the socials and stuff?
On our Instagram account, so Fxrge, so Fxrge. We host Future Leaders Summit, so you can come to that. But yeah, that's the easiest way to find us.
Excellent. Love what you're doing. Here's up to the new generation of entrepreneurs coming through. We'll keep in touch with you guys and see how success rolls out in the future. But thanks again.
Perfect. Thanks so
Thank
much,
you,
Ben.
Catch you later. If you've enjoyed this episode, then subscribe on YouTube or follow our podcast on your favorite platform. We drop a new episode every week. You'll be doing us a massive favor. If you know someone that would benefit from listening to this, then share it with them. You'll be doing them a massive favor. And if you want the tips, tools, and resources to support you on this journey, then join our exclusive Facebook community and follow our socials. You'll be doing yourself a massive favor.